right. This is WCTI News Channel 12 at 5.
I could never imagine anything like this ever happening here.
It's just a horrific sight.
I saw the gunfire.
Suspect did not have a license to carry.
I will never forget those shots.
It was a very, very difficult time. We need people to pray for us.
This is a mental health problem at the highest level.
A small Texas town, a small church, a nation grieves, 26 lives lost.
Our focus tonight, right now, is on the victims and their families left behind.
We learned shortly after the shooting that the pastor's youngest daughter died. Her parents were not at church yesterday. Neither understands why a shooter would target their daughter and their church, but they now turn to their faith.
What you don't understand, you lean into the Lord. And I would submit this to everyone. My family's here and you guys there. Whatever life brings to you, lean on the Lord rather than your own understanding. I don't understand, but I know my God does.
Now, the victims range from the grandmother of the shooter's wife to several small children.
Ashley King continues our coverage with thoughts from some heartbroken families.
It's pretty tough when you're a combat veteran and you go through something like this. This is horrible.
Like many others, Ray Varney is having a difficult time processing what happened in the small town of Sutherland Springs.
But a little town of 400, I don't understand. And what makes it even worse is here these people were spending the day praying and enjoying worshiping the Lord, and they get killed by this guy.
His niece and nephew and their 2 children were all shot inside the First Baptist Church. He says his nephew passed away. His niece is in critical condition. One of their children was hit by a ricocheting bullet but is expected to be okay. And he doesn't know the condition of their other child.
I hate to think, but what are we going to have to do? Start packing guns in church to protect our church members?
And we are also getting a look at some of the other victims. A woman shared these pictures with us. She says her 8-year-old cousin Emily passed away from her injuries, and her 6-year-old cousin Rylan was shot 4 times and is in surgery.
Now, authorities say the gunman Devin Kelly had sent threatening text messages to his mother-in-law who attended that church. They also report the mass shooting stemmed from a domestic situation and was not racially or religiously motivated. Authorities in Texas say law enforcement went to the suspect's home 3 years ago to investigate a domestic violence complaint involving him and his then-girlfriend. Devin Kelly was discharged from the Air Force in 2014 after being punished for allegedly assaulting his spouse and child.
Investigators say they believe Kelly shot himself following a car crash. Police found Kelly dead inside his car shortly after the shootings. They say 2 community members were chasing him at the time. Investigators say they think gunfire was exchanged before Kelly shot himself and crashed his vehicle. Authorities also say Kelly did not have a license to carry a concealed handgun.
Suspect did not have a license to carry. The suspect did have a non-commissioned, unarmed private security license similar to a security guard at a concert type situation. There were no disqualifiers entered into the National Crime Information Center database that would preclude him from receiving a private security license. Private security background checks, including fingerprints and criminal history checks with the Texas Crime Information Center and National Crime Information Center databases were checked, and he was cleared.
Stay with News Channel 12 for continuing coverage. ABC World News Tonight will have new developments on the church shooting in Texas. We're also providing coverage on our website, WCTI12.com, our mobile app, and on Facebook.
I'm meteorologist Tommy Cox around Eastern Carolina. Those temperatures made it up to near 80 degrees. Got close to some records, but as of now, doesn't appear any of those records have fallen. We'll get an update on that coming up in just a little bit. Right now, temperatures, as a few clouds have moved in, actually dropping back into the low to mid 70s now. And the future track temperatures start us off tomorrow morning, mainly in the low 60s across the region. But then as we head through the daytime tomorrow, we'll see those temperatures warm up, but not near what we had today. We're clear out there on radar are for now. As we go through the middle part of the week, though, we're going to see the rain chances certainly start to pick up. You can see some of the clouds trying to slide into the region. It's head of this cold front that will make its way in. When we come back, I'll show you what you can expect from that cold front, how chilly it will get, and how long those colder temperatures will last, coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Police say 6 people assaulted a man after he hit a woman outside a Greenville bar in 2016. That was on St. Patty's Day that year. Those 6 people pleaded guilty. They were sentenced today. News Channel 12's Stephanie Brown is live in Greenville with the judge's rulings in a case that sparked racial outrage in the Greenville community.
The victim, Patrick Myrick, was in court today as all 6 defendants received suspended sentences and 12 months probation. Patrick Myrick spoke to the judge saying he has no hard feelings towards any of the defendants. Myrick says he has no recollection of that 2016 night when police say he was attacked after knocking a woman down outside of 519 in Greenville. As each of the defendants pleaded guilty to assault inflicting serious injury, they each took time. He said the way he was beaten was animalistic, but that he has forgiven the defendants.
People make mistakes, and people may not generally understand what they're doing at times, but I really learned a lot of forgiveness.
Bad blood towards them, it's what happens is in the past, and I'm moving on with my life.
The case made headlines after a responding ECU police officer handcuffed Myrick, who was black, instead of the 6 people who attacked him. They are all white. Myrick was unconscious at the time. That ECU officer was later fired. And there is surveillance video of what happened that night, but the Pitt County District Attorney said they wouldn't release it as the investigation was ongoing. Now that the trial is completed, a spokesperson tells me they'll make a decision on whether to release the video or not after the 2-week period in which all the defendants today can appeal today's decision. Reporting live in Greenville, Stephanie Brown for News Channel 12.
Okay, Stephanie, and after ECU police officer Ralph Whitehurst was fired, the state granted him an appeal, but the university currently is appealing that decision, and Whitehurst has not yet been reinstated.
Police filed charges against 24-year-old Joshua Edwards. He's the ex-student accused of setting fire to the Davy poplar tree on UNC Chapel Hill's campus, injuring a professor last week. Police say 6 felony charges include a count of malicious use of explosives to inflict injury and a count of assembling a weapon of mass destruction. A court date will be assigned when Edwards is formally charged.
Investigators aren't saying why they think a man killed his mother over the weekend. It did shock an entire Onslow County neighborhood, though. News Channel 12's Mary Lee Moore joins us now from Onslow County. And Mary Lee, some of those didn't even know that the woman lived in that house, right?
Yeah, police found 61-year-old Claire Cornegay dead in her home Saturday here in the Sherwood neighborhood in Jacksonville. And the deal is they believe her 28-year-old son did kill him. They think that he took off in her vehicle after killing her, beating her with some sort of blunt force object. Investigators began to pull this all together when they realized that Carteret County deputies arrested him Friday for fleeing. Jacksonville police say they found Claire Cornegay's body on Saturday, struck with that blunt object, and her vehicle missing, and then soon learned her son, 28-year-old Shahid Cornegay, arrested the day before in Carteret County for fleeing from authorities in his mother's vehicle. I talked with neighbors about their encounters with him.
Kept to himself. Didn't really make an effort to get out to know anybody. Just, he just sat there on his porch, and that would be, hey, how are you? And see him do his yard work, and that was about it.
Now, Cornegay is now charged with murder, and Carteret County deputies, I'm told, are working together with Jacksonville police to get him transferred back here to Onslow County. Reporting live in Onslow County, Mary Lee Moore, News Channel 12.
All right, Mary Lee. And Shahid Cornegay also faces several charges in Carteret County, including eluding arrest and driving while impaired.
New Bern police say 2 robbers forced their way into an apartment and shot a man. This happened just after 8:30 last night at Copperfield Apartments near MLK Jr. Boulevard and Academic Drive. That's right near New Bern High School. Police say the 2 suspects got into the apartment, demanded money, struggled with Gregory Williams, and then shot Williams. Police say the 2 male suspects possibly left in a dark-colored 4-door sedan. Officers say it appears it was a targeted robbery and the public is not in danger.
A police canine unit in our area could use your help tonight. The Greenville PD was nominated to win up to $5,000 in grants to help with maintenance, safety equipment, and officer training for its canines. We'd love to see the PD win that, so visit our Facebook page or a mobile app for the link to that voting site.
President Trump now moves to South Korea on the second leg of his Asian trip. First, it was a day of lavish activity in Japan, where he also reacted to the Texas tragedy.
And later, New Bern orthodontists are helping our troops get in the holiday spirit with a little help from their friends.
Kids at the bus stop tomorrow morning. It looks like temperatures right around 60 degrees, so not a cold start. And we'll go with partly to mostly cloudy skies out there. Some rain headed our way, though. I'll show you when that'll arrive, and then some cooler temperatures. All that coming up after the break.